What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the worst to the best TargetCon 2025 exclusives from Funko. And I think this video is self-explanatory. I'm going to be talking about each exclusive from this year's TargetCon one by one, starting off with what I feel is the worst until what I feel is the best. But nonetheless, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to support this channel even more, consider joining our YouTube channel membership down below. It's only $1.99 a month. You will get early access to every video and shorts that are here on this channel. And you also get a shout out too, acknowledging that you have joined the YouTube channel membership, which definitely consider joining. This will help out the channel so much, especially with the different types of videos that we do that can be quite pricey at times. But without further ado, let's begin this video. Starting off with the worst exclusive in my opinion being the 10-inch Tengen from Demon Slayer. Now this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm not entirely the biggest fan of anime. It's the fact that from what I last remember, this character already has a 4-inch pop. Why does it need a 10-inch, and does it make sense for this character to have a 10-inch? I feel like not really anyone is gonna wanna buy the price point of a 10-inch pop to add to their collection to keep it 100%. The glow-in-the-dark Rey and Kylo Ren moments from Star Wars. Just when I thought there wasn't gonna be anything more of a heaping pile of then the Kylo Ren from New York Comic-Con last year, out comes this Moments Pop for TargetCon 2025. There's no point of continuing a Funko Pop lineup for a Star Wars movie like The Rise of Skywalker that wasn't as groundbreaking as the previous movies of either the original trilogy or the prequels. And we've had several Rey pops already with the blue lightsaber, and we've even had a singular pop of Kylo Ren with the blue lightsaber. It just seemed pointless to me to have this as a moment, especially for the price point that it's going to be, because it's a moment and all you're really gonna get for the glow-in-the-dark portion is the lightsaber. And even when you look at specifically the base, yes, they're standing on snow, but there's nothing really exciting about this pop. And this will probably go down as one of the worst Star Wars pops of all time since those chrome pops they did back in the day. Up next would be the Cinnamoroll from Hello Kitty and Friends. Yes, I on purposely butcher that because if you've seen the certain video of the guy who can't pronounce it correctly, then you know exactly what I was trying to do. I don't really like the idea of these Hello Kitty and Friends pops in ice cream cones. We've had it with, I believe, Kuromi and Hello Kitty herself already, and now we're just seeing the rest of the Sanrio characters seeming like they're going to get ice cream cone variants of themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we get one at what will be the first convention of the year, WonderCon, at the end of March. The Superman pop comic covers for DC Comics. We have seen a ton of Superman comic covers already. There's that very first one that was the first comic covers ever. Recently there was a Cyborg Superman cover, amongst other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I do like the posing of the pop and how it's flying, but I think this should have been executed as just a regular 4-inch pop and not in the covers. He-Man from the Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover set. Now, although I do enjoy the way that these pops look, this one does look a bit basic compared to even the other ones we had of Leonardo and Shredder themselves. But it is okay. It's not the worst, but it's clearly not one of the best either. Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs for the NFL lineup. Honestly, I'm surprised myself that this pop has made it even this high up on the list, considering of how much I think NFL is an overrated sport. But I think it's the fact that Funko had introduced a brand new posing involved with this pop compared to the other NFL pops that we've had in the past is why I kind of dig this pop compared to a lot of the pops even on this list itself. The Nami Pop Wanted posters from One Piece. Now, although I have not seen one single episode of One Piece, I already know from the previous Wanted posters that Funko have done for One Piece that this is probably going to do pretty well as terms of sales, even though if you have watched our early TargetCon 2025 exclusive pop hunt, that the pop was sitting on the shelf, and it's probably likely due to the fact that a lot of these covers aren't selling well because you're just paying for an oversized pop protector. The 6-inch fossil Velociraptor from Jurassic World. For some reason on my notes I wrote Triceratops for some reason, but but then I realized, yeah, I definitely got it wrong. But I think the design of this is pretty decent, and it gives me the vibes of those brick pieces you used to get as a kid, and you can chisel out the different bones to make whatever dinosaur that it's based off of. So I like how they kind of turn this into a Funko Pop in a way, but I just don't know how well this will sell, especially it being a 6-inch pop, and I've mentioned in the past about the whole box space issue when it comes to bigger size pops. The Upside Down Spider-Man Pop Deluxe for Marvel. Speaking of box space issues, this actually solves the problem in that this pop actually fits for the most part in the size box that it's given. There isn't so much box space with this pop, unlike, let's say, for example, the Buggy the Clown one-piece pop from New York Comic Con, I believe it was last year, and especially the Elmo rides from Sesame Street at Target Con last year. So I feel like with this pop, there's more of an oomph as terms to the price point that you're likely going to pay if you buy it the day of release, unlike a lot of the bigger pops we've gotten as of late. The Here Lies Beetlejuice Deluxe from, of course, Beetlejuice. Now, surprisingly enough, this also is the same thing involving Spider-Man, where it actually takes up a lot of the box space inside the 6-inch pop. But I think this one is a bit better than the Spider-Man pop because of the detail that's involved, whether it is just because of the face itself or because of what's going on with it, with the Beetlejuice sign spelling exactly how Beetlejuice is spelled, and unlike the title, and then the tombstone with the popified skeletons that says Here Lies Beetlejuice. They did a really good job with this, and it makes sense for a Beetlejuice pop considering of the success of Beetlejuice. Didn't want to say that one more time because you know exactly what happens. Darth Vader from Star Wars. Now, even though we've had a ton of Darth Vader pops, I do enjoy this for the fact that this is a part of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And this year is the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and I'm excited to see a decent amount of pops involved with this set. But I feel like they could have made this pop a little bit better, maybe even have the arms escape the shackle as you see in that scene. Except I feel like at that point they would just add a speech bubble to the pop and saying, "No!" Oh, here we go. I just gave Funko an idea. Great, DK. Nice one. Cameron Fry from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now, we recently got the announcement of the brand new set of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which has new versions of Ferris and Cameron, but also a new character added to it. And a lot of people were wondering why we didn't get a version of Cameron with the Detroit Red Wings jersey like we had in the original set of Ferris Bueller's Day Off pops. But I guess that question has been answered, and that is become a Target Con exclusive, which definitely makes sense considering people would want to get this pop. And of course, the theme of Target Con for a lot of cases is the fact because the logo is red, there's going to be a lot of red pops involved. You saw it with the Spider-Man pop that we just talked about. But I think it's a great idea that they made this, considering that if you didn't want to get the entire set and you wanted to choose between the two Cameron Fries that there are, you're probably going to want to get this Target Con exclusive version. Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover set. Now, even though I don't collect TMNT or Masters of the Universe pops, the detailing with the colorway looks awesome. You got a bit of the purple, there's a lot of green, but then even with the skeleton head where it's yellow and it's got the red eyes, all the colors just pop out so nicely in the exact spots that there are, and this may be, out of the 4 pops for that mashup, to be the best one out of the 4. Maybe it's different in your opinion, let me know down below, but for me, I feel like this is a really nice colorway and it is the best pop out of the 4, so far at least, because there could be more coming down the pipeline. And that leads to what I feel is the best pop of Target Con 2025, that being Wade Wilson, assistant to the assistant retail manager Drive Max from Deadpool and Wolverine. And yes, that's actually the name of the pop, as it does say it on the bottom of the box, that extremely long name. And I think this is absolutely hilarious. Deadpool and Wolverine was a great movie, and I actually saw it in theaters, like, I believe the first or second day that it came out. And I think for one of my Comic-Con predictions last year, I had predicted this pop, and now it has come to fruition here as a Target Con exclusive, which I guess makes sense because Deadpool's main color is red for his suit. But this pop is absolutely hilarious with Wade Wilson obviously wearing the toupee, he's wearing the uniform. It's such a funny pop. It really had me excited that this is actually a thing for this set, considering that there's been so many pops in that Deadpool and Wolverine set that just didn't really scream out to me all that much. Like, I'm hoping at some point maybe they do the ending scene involving Deadpool and Wolverine, the same moment that U2's had actually already pulled off. But seeing this actually makes me think that this is the best pop for Deadpool and Wolverine thus far, considering I feel like there may be a couple of more pops coming down the pipeline for this movie.